Thank God I've got my country home in the hills of Ohio.
Hey guys, Wayne here. Today we've got something special for you. I have got two of my siblings. The other ones, well, there's so many of them we can't keep track. I've got my brother, Derick, who is an actor in Hollywood. My sister Shay, who is a nurse, and she lives in Columbus, Ohio. And then there's me, who sells propane and lives in the hills.
The hills.
We can't really be any more different, but we've been sitting here for hours just having a blast. So I thought, let's turn the camera on.
It's been kind of like a family reunion, really.
It's been fun. Derick actually has his own YouTube channel that he just started called Derick Unauthorized. It's a little bit different than mine. Maybe
A little bit.
Maybe a lot different than mine.
I'm not sure your fans will like my channel, but you never check it out.
You never can tell. So I'm going to leave the link down in the description below. You guys can go check it out if you want to. But like I said, he's trying to get started in the acting career. And so why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, well, I moved out to LA about 5 years ago from right here in the hills. And I'm just pursuing the acting dream, auditioning as much as possible, and just working, do a lot of just random gigs that I can book and stuff, and just trying to survive. It's hard. It's definitely hard, but it's a lot of fun. It's probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life. Just a lot of competition. But
what's funny is it sounds just like me.
Yeah.
Working hard, trying to survive.
I think that's what we're all kind of doing in a sense, right?
I guess.
Because, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people watching, they're trying to survive too. It's not easy, especially today's world.
Today's world is probably the truest statement you could have ever said. Because it's so amazing how things have changed just in 10 years.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I've even noticed the change being in the big city has went from somewhat normal in the city to everything's so chaotic nowadays.
Yeah, you talk to these people here, there's nothing normal in the city.
No, there really isn't. You guys are 100% correct. There's nothing normal in the city at all.
And Shay, who is the only sister,
The only girl.
And the youngest.
is probably one of the most successful out of us all.
Yeah.
She
got all the brains.
Yeah, she's a nurse, a registered nurse, but you are not planning on staying a nurse, are you?
No, I'm not. Hopefully one of these days I'll go back to school, hopefully one of these days soon, and eventually get my nurse practitioner.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
How did you know that? I didn't know that.
Find out things new every day.
I guess.
That's why I'm staying in California.
I know. I'm 2,000 miles away. I'm the last to find out everything.
Forget about us little folk.
Yeah, well, I think it's the other way around is what it is. I'm out of sight, out of mind. So, I still have a little bit of the accent, though. You may not be able to hear it, but it is there, because they tell me out there all the time. They're like, where are you from, Texas?
Yeah, because we love being stereotyped that all people that sound like this are from Texas.
I got that the first 3 years I was out there. Where are you from, Texas?
The funny thing is, when you actually go to Texas, their dialect is a lot stronger than ours.
Yeah.
We're right on the edge of having that country accent.
I never heard the accent.
That I don't hear.
Yeah, I never heard it.
And most of the people watching won't hear it either. Because most of the people watching...
They have the same accent.
They have a deeper accent.
See, I've always been able to hear the accent. I don't know why.
I never heard one on you, but I hear it now.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Because nobody has it where I live. Nobody... California has the most generic accent ever. There is no accent. It's just proper, like...
That's because everybody has to be the same.
Right.
You have to be able to turn it on and off for your gigs.
Yeah.
I don't think I could turn it off because I don't know that I have it.
You have it.
Yeah, but I don't know that I have it. How can I change the way I speak if I don't know?
Well, you got to move out to LA with your brother.
Yeah.
Live out there for about 5 years. You'll lose it.
I cannot think of a bigger turd in a punch bowl situation than that right there.
I feel like these people watching would hate it if you moved out to LA and changed your accent.
I'm sure they probably would.
But
You
I
would lose
also
some
think-
subscribers.
I think they would maybe enjoy a video of you sticking out like a sore thumb in the middle of downtown Hollywood.
Wearing my camo.
Yep.
You just look like a floating head walking down the sidewalk, Hollywood Boulevard. I think it'd be fun. I think you should come out to LA.
I might come out for a visit. Living there, I don't
What do you guys think?
know. Because I'd be like the true tourist.
Wayne in LA.
I would be
That's
actually
your new show.
Yeah, I would be what you guys consider a tourist.
Yeah.
I'd have the spinning wheel thing and the visor and the fanny pack.
Oh, you gotta have the fanny pack.
Oh yeah.
The camera out everywhere.
The camera out going, ooh, what is that?
Coming soon in 2017, Wayne City Living.
Oh.
That should be. That
Now,
should be
for those of you who don't know, I actually visited Los Angeles when I was in my early 20s, and that was definitely an experience.
I wish I'd have been there for that.
Yeah, well, you were supposed to be.
I know. I don't know what I
Somebody
was doing.
flaked out on me.
I was busy. I don't know what
It
I
was
doing.
all up till the night before.
Oh.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
I canceled out the night before.
You-
That's a very LA thing of me to do.
That
It's
is
very
a
flaky.
horrible thing to do.
I told you they're going to hate me by the end of this.
They'll
So-
leave you hanging.
I went out there by myself, and I wasn't old enough to rent a car. I was old enough to fly 2,000 miles away by myself,
And go to war.
but I was not able to rent a car, so I had to take the bus everywhere, which is an experience in its own.
I haven't done that yet.
Really?
Yeah.
You're missing out, trust me. I'll tell you this one story of a guy that tried to bring a weed eater on the bus and almost got in a fist fight with a bus driver
In LA?
in L.A.
There's no grass in LA. It's
He
all
was
concrete.
He was carrying a weed eater around.
Sounds
And I
fun.
know this because I was like, oh, that's a steel weed eater.
He was probably going to
I'd
an
like to have
audition.
that weed eater. And I kept thinking that to myself, what's that guy going to do with that weed eater? I
Ugh.
bet I could buy that off of him.
You probably could have.
I would have too. I don't think they'd
I don't think
let
you'd
it
let
back
it on
on
the
the plane on
plane.
the way home, but I could have found a way to ship it.
She's been out to LA too.
A couple times. I love it. I love it. I want to go so bad. So
I just
bad.
kept running into people.
Like physically?
Yeah, because I
Actually?
had my head down looking at all the names on the stars.
Yeah.
It'd be rude not to read them.
Do you know what happened out there? Somebody built a little wall around the Donald Trump star. They did, a little tiny
Oh,
wall
wow.
all the way around the star.
Wow.
Define irony.
Yeah.
Actually, to be honest with you, I ran into Chewbacca.
That doesn't surprise me.
That-
It might surprise her, not me.
Yeah.
Because we had, right there on Hollywood Boulevard, you have the stars, but you also have the street performers.
The characters, yeah.
And I was walking with my head down with my camera, and he spotted me as a tourist, and he stood right in my way, so I'd run right into him. And then, of course, I see hairy feet, and I look up, and there's Chewbacca. I was like,
Did you take a
wow.
picture with him?
They trick you. They trick you that you take the picture first, and then they're like, "Oh, give me the money."
Give me some money.
Yeah.
Well, the joke's on him, because I didn't have any money.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know why they do that.
I got my picture, and you don't got money.
I guess they take the
Or, they,
risk.
or is that no?
They get mad
try
at
to
you,
talk
though.
you into it.
Yeah.
So yeah, if any of you are planning on visiting LA for the first time and you go to Hollywood Boulevard, the characters want money if you take pictures of them. We
Yeah.
didn't know that first
No,
time.
and then
It's
yeah,
a-
they get angry.
Yeah, it's a tip.
Yeah.
It's basically they're living on, some of them it is their living.
You know what? I've talked to a girl. I know a girl that plays Marilyn Monroe down on there, and she said sometimes she makes upwards of $400 a day.
Wow.
Cash. That's off the
Yeah,
grid.
Off the books, man.
All tips.
I wonder what character I could be.
Sasquatch.
I should take offense to that, but I
Yeah,
don't.
but you won't. I don't know who you could be. You could be one of the Duck Dynasty guys, maybe.
Nah, my beard's too short
You'd have to make it
For
gray.
for now.
But you live in LA for a year, it'd be gray on its own.
I seen a guy that was dressed as Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he was carrying around an Oscar for some reason.
Oh,
He was
Johnny
carrying
Depp's-
around a fake Oscar statue.
Well, he must have won it.
Johnny Depp's never won one.
Oh, he has. That was Leonardo.
No, Johnny Depp either.
I don't know.
Trust me.
He probably pulled it out of the trash somewhere.
What's funny is you'll see Michael Jackson from the '80s, and then a couple steps up you'll see Michael Jackson from right before he passes away. They're two totally different Michael Jacksons, and they're both performing. It's an interesting little scene to see them like kind of do a dance off with each other.
Yeah.
That is a fun place to go, though. Very interesting. If you've never been, very interesting. You see so many different things.
I mean, the diversity is just insane.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just all kinds of different, not only ethnic groups, but just different people in general, the way people live. I mean, you had one of the biggest rednecks there, and I'm carrying on a conversation with people that don't even know what a redneck is.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of people that's never left California, just like there's a lot of people around here that's never left. And if you don't know, you meet somebody from a different part.
There's what's that outdoor mall called right beside the Kodak? What used to be the Kodak?
I don't know if it has an official name, but yeah.
Because you go up on the second floor and you've got a perfect view of the Hollywood sign.
Yeah.
And I remember I was there just taking pictures, and some random guy came up to me and said, "Hey, will you take my picture?" Sure. So he stood there, and I took a picture of him with the Hollywood sign behind him. And we just sat there and had a conversation, and it turned out he was actually from India.
Really?
Wow.
But he didn't have the accent.
Oh, okay. So maybe he was born in India.
He was born in India, and I guess he was raised over here. I don't know. But
no, let me ask you something. Did you run into or see any celebrities?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Accidentally.
How do you act? Oh, well, I mean, I guess it would be an accidental thing. Anyway, if you just
It was accidental because I was there during the Oscars.
That's a crazy time to be there,
Yeah.
too.
And I knew I was there during the Oscars, but I didn't know it was actually that night. And all these people were flooding to this one area, and me, the tourist, I'm just following along with them. I don't know what they were going to do. Turns out they were going to right there, Hollywood and Highland.
Yeah. Right there
And
by the Chinese
that's where
theater.
all the celebrities come up to walk down the red carpet. So as these limos were pulling up, I'm right on the gate, the cattle gate, what I call it, but it was just a barrier.
Yeah, in LA, those are just barriers.
But before we get up there, before the limos start coming, this huge, great big SWAT team van pulls up. LAPD SWAT team members with rifles.
You got to watch out for those guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
They came out and walked through the crowd and went up to get into their sniper's nest.
Really?
Ooh.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. I thought it was cool. Ooh,
It's
I
cool,
like
yeah.
that rifle. I wanted to touch it.
Country thoughts versus city
But
thoughts.
but yeah, I saw Will Smith, Clint
Oh, that's cool. That's
Clint
awesome.
Eastwood. I saw Will Smith's whole family. His whole family.
Really?
Wow.
Clint Eastwood, Kathy Bates, Borat.
I worked with Kathy Bates.
Did you?
Yeah. She's an interesting person.
I would imagine so.
Very interesting.
Kathy, they were all kind of far away, but Kathy Bates literally got out within 3 feet from me.
Oh, really? She was nice.
Yeah, she turned around, waved at me,
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah, last time I came out to visit, same thing happened. We were just out walking that outdoor mall, and same area. We're just walking to see a bunch of people running, and we look over the edge, and some movie premiere had Arnold.
Schwarzenegger?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It
The
was so
Governor.
cool.
The governor. Get to the job.
Didn't you guys, when you first went to LA the first time, when you were kids, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't you see Joe Dirt?
David Spade?
Yeah.
I don't know if we did.
I
we
remember
probably
you guys
did.
telling me about
We
it.
saw a lot.
Remember. Yeah, we did see a lot.
And George Lopez.
Yep.
Yeah, we ran into him at the Magic Castle. Our hotel was right beside the Magic Castle, and we ran into him there, so that was kind of cool.
So, are you allowed to mention any of the shows that you've been on?
Yeah, okay. I mean, not the ones that I've currently worked on recently that haven't aired yet, but yeah.
He has. It's not what you would call, like, I don't know what the term is, where you've actually been in front of the camera talking. What do you do to make your living out there right now?
Basically, what I do is there's a couple different gigs. I take any kind of gig I can get, but for my day-to-day paycheck, I'm essentially I do background work. A lot of I have a management, and they submit my photos to the casting, and then they'll contact me, and I'll do interviews, and which are essentially auditions, but they're interviews is what they are. And then I'll go and just basically do background featured extra work where I'll interact with the cast, the main cast, but I won't actually speak because they have to pay me a lot more if I speak. So they kind of, work the loopholes.
I'm surprised you wouldn't have to pay them.
I know. It's pretty surprising, but yeah, that's pretty much what I do. And I've had some really cool things. I've done some guest stars though, which like Major Crimes.
That was the first thing I ever saw you in on actual TV.
Yeah.
That was weird to watch.
He played a dead body in a barrel.
Butt naked too.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's important or not, but
that's the things you have to do to make it in the acting.
Yeah, that was one of the first big gigs that I got.
Because I remember watching that, I was like, wow, that's Derick.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if your viewers, your age range of your viewers, or if they have kids or not, but if they do, I was on a show called iCarly. That was one of my first big gigs, and I played the Groovy Smoothie guy at the Groovy Smoothie place. I was the employee there, so I was in a few of those episodes, and that's like the kids shows is where I tend to work a lot.
I think the craziest thing is that he was actually in a show. He didn't have a speaking role, but he was in a show with Tim Allen, a show that I watched a lot because I loved that show. It's called Last Man Standing. Mm-hmm. I've watched it on Netflix. I can't tell you how many times, over and over and over again. Never saw him in it. Never even knew he was in it.
That's how good I am at blending in.
And he's literally 3 feet away from Tim Allen in this one scene. When he told me that, I went back on Netflix to look, and I was mad at myself because there he is, like right there, and I didn't even notice.
Had no idea. Yeah. A lot of people I don't think saw that one, or they even knew that I was in that one. But to me, it was a really cool experience. I mean, he's Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
He's Santa Claus. That was one of the coolest people that I've gotten to work with, actually. And he was just a goofball, just a big child, like you would think he would be on set the whole day.
The Toolman Taylor.
Yeah, he was Tim Taylor.
You were on one of my favorite shows, Pretty Little Liars, and you had a pretty featured, one of the main characters came up to you and talked to you, and as soon as you popped up, I had all my friends, everyone was texting like, was that Derick? That was so cool.
That was one of that was one that got me probably the most attention, I think. That, and then the War Dogs movie with Jonah Hill.
I haven't seen that yet.
That just came out recently.
I haven't seen it either. I didn't even know you were in it. You don't tell me things.
Yeah, I have a very featured scene with Jonah Hill and War Dogs. So, check it out.
Did you speak?
No, but, no, I didn't. But he speaks to me, but there was a scene, and I can say it now because it's aired. There's a scene, in that scene, he throws a controller at the guy beside me. Well, in one of the takes, he threw the controller, and it hit me right in the face. I mean, smack dab in the face, pretty hard, too. And the controller landed on my shoulder. And instead of yelling, cut, they're breaking character, I just kind of froze, because we were supposed to be afraid of him in this scene. I froze, and I took the controller, and I just set it down, and I slowly slid it back to him. And he grabbed it, and he looked at me. And then he went on with the scene, and then when they yelled cut, he came over and like gave me a hug. He's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." Like he's like, "Are you okay?"
That reminds me of that movie Scream at the very end. You remember that movie?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
He was supposed to throw the phone against the cabinet, and he had a bunch of fake blood on his hands, and he threw it, and it hit that guy in the face.
Oh really?
And they kept going with it.
I think they do that a lot with a lot of films.
I don't know. Somebody hit me in the face with a phone. Like, what the crap?
Yeah, I almost broke character, but.
So, you've been in California for 5 years?
Almost. It'll be 5 years.
Almost 5 years. You have to tell the story.
Oh God.
Of you coming back to the hills of southern Ohio and the differences. You have to tell us the gas station story.
Oh, this just happened tonight, actually. So, actually, yeah, I think it's funnier if she tells it because
oh my gosh.
She's the one that saw it happen.
I wish I could have been there because I would have. You never would have lived it down.
They're really going to make fun of me here.
That's all right.
Well, they should for this. So we're at the gas station. I'm walking behind him, just kind of looking down, not paying attention or whatever. And then I see him. We get to the door, and I see him just kind of stop and lean forward a little bit, and then back, and then he's still just kind of standing there. And he's like, okay,
it wouldn't open.
He's waiting for an automatic door, just zoop and open. Nope, it's just a regular old push pull.
I probably stood there for 5 seconds.
I mean, I was
door.
like, what are you doing?
That's
the door. Open
everything
it.
in California just opens. It's all magic. It just opens
No,
for you.
you actually
Yeah,
have
and see,
to.
that's the problem now.
Yeah,
Everything's done for everybody now.
it really
People
is.
can't even open their own doors.
People are very spoiled. I'm spoiled. I'm guilty as charged.
Lazy.
I'm surprised when I see an automatic door. Oh, wow, that was nice.
That's cool.
It's fancy. Go in and out of it a couple
Yeah,
times.
Yeah, because they have to come out to me and say, "Sir, please stop. We're going to break it. You just got
Break the door.
One other thing I wanted to talk about is the food, because a lot of the people that watch my channel have specific ways they eat, like me,
Well, you do a lot of cooking on your show.
Yeah,
Not
which-
a lot, I don't think.
which is meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
That's the country meal.
Meat and taters.
Meat and fried taters. Whether it's, beef and mashed potatoes, or whether it's bacon and fried potatoes,
Mm-hmm.
meat and potatoes. That's
Can I tell you something that's probably going to get me kicked off your episode right now? I don't like bacon. I just don't like bacon. I know it seems like I'm cursing at you all, but I don't like bacon.
communist. There's a guy that religiously watches my channel.
Uh-oh, he's going to shoot me, ain't
BC Truck.
he? BC, I'm sorry.
Yeah. If he was standing in front of you right now, he'd smack you in the mouth.
I'm sorry. Don't hate me. I just don't
That
like
man loves bacon so much that I think he would be a spokesperson for bacon, and they wouldn't even have to pay him.
Yeah, I used to eat it as a child. I love the
How do
smell
you
of
not
it.
like? How do you not like bacon? Who
I don't
does
like-
not like bacon?
I don't like any kind of pork, any kind of pig. Don't like sausage, don't like ham.
Wow.
I don't
I'm
know
sure
why.
we're related.
I know. We are related. We're brothers. We are blood brothers.
Wow.
Do you like it?
I mean, I'll eat it. It's not one of my. I like turkey bacon.
All right,
Which is
you
probably
belong
worse
to California
than-
now.
Turkey
Not
bacon
even
is
like
not
bacon.
real bacon. I mean, you
Even I know that.
You
one's
can
not
put
real.
bacon on the back end of anything, and it doesn't make it bacon.
So what are you wanting to do with your diet soon, Shay? Let's get the focus over on that side now.
Oh no. Well, you know what? I don't care. I am going to become a vegetarian because animal lives matter. They do.
You're on the wrong show.
I am. And you can hate me for it, but
Have you
they
seen his show?
matter.
I am a reverse vegetarian.
Did you used to be a vegetarian?
They eat the grass. I eat them.
Well, there you go. I mean,
That's how I get my vegetables.
vegetarians are eating all of our plants.
Plants are alive too.
Plants' lives matter.
Yes,
We're going to
they
have a
do.
sibling,
Yes, they
sibling
do.
rivalry here in a second.
Plant lives matter, but not as much as animal lives, I guess. I don't know.
I love animals.
I do too.
I think they're delicious.
No.
Listen, I am not a. I actually think we've got a couple vegetarians that watch
Yeah?
a lot of Homestead. It's vegetarian meals. They're not bad. I just love meat.
I do. I crave chicken. I crave chicken.
That's really the only meat I ever really eat. It's the only thing I know how to cook, really. But so if I can cut out chicken, I'm on the veggie train.
You'd be proud. I just made a big pot of chili this week. Big home cooked pot of chili. I ate on it all week because that's what I
Let's
do.
talk about the ingredients before we actually call it chili.
All right. We had beef
Okay.
and the canned potatoes. Or not potatoes, tomatoes. Canned
So I say
tomatoes.
Potatoes. Okay, that's different.
Canned tomatoes. And I had a couple jalapeno peppers. And I had some bell peppers. And I had some chili powder. And what else did I have in there? Some onions, some garlic.
I'm not hearing beans.
I
was
don't
gonna say.
like beans either.
Then it's not chili.
It's beanless chili. Somebody has eaten beanless chili.
Beanless chili?
Beanless chili. You know what I like to do? Take peanut butter sandwiches and dip them in the chili.
Yeah, I do that too, but it has beans in it.
But I don't like it with the beans. The beans takes up all the juice.
Not if you make it. Right?
Why don't you put more juice in it? How many beans are you putting in this?
I don't know. I'm not a beans person. Gives me gas.
Well, yeah, but that's
It's
part of the
supposed to be.
experience. Man,
Yeah,
Californians.
I know it. They never let me live it down.
actually on, I think it was Monday, I made a pot of chili too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, now let's talk about your ingredients.
With beans.
All of my stuff with beans.
No, I have a video of mine actually how I make it. It's just ground beef, and I dice the onions, and I actually fry the onions with the beef.
Yeah, that's what I did.
And then it's
And the peppers.
tomato sauce, kidney beans.
That's the kind of beans that go in chili then? Because somebody told me black beans, and I don't think that'd be good in chili.
Well,
I
I mean,
mean,
it would be. It just depends if that's your thing.
Yeah.
But mine are kidney beans, and I mash the beans up. It's something Grandma taught me. She said that.
Well, that wouldn't be bad.
She said it helps get the flavor of the beans out. Whether it does or not, I don't know. But I've
No,
always
I could do that. I just don't. For some, I'm a texture eater.
I take a potato masher and just kind of squish them up a little bit.
I can do that.
And
Just
then
like adding to
if
the-
your chili's too thick, you add a little tomato juice to it.
I just
and
want
get
some
it
juice to dip the peanut butter sandwiches in.
And I add a little bit of sugar if the acidity is too high from the tomatoes.
I didn't add sugar.
Just a little sprinkle, and I taste it, and then I add chili powder.
Okay.
The problem is I like spicy, but I can't eat spicy.
Yeah.
My stomach won't let me. But
You don't like spicy either, do you?
Not a fan of spicy.
I like spicy.
I'm not the kind of spicy where you're going to, set your mouth on fire.
But
I eat for enjoyment, not to be in pain.
I eat that authentic Mexican food out in LA though, and it's pretty spicy.
Yeah, you knew you was going to get me talking about that authentic Mexican food. When I was in Los Angeles, my hotel was actually in Burbank, is where we were at.
That's where I live now.
Okay. I don't even remember the name of the hotel, Travels Lodge or something. I don't know.
I know right where you were at. Yeah.
Anyway, there's an authentic Mexican restaurant, and how I know it was authentic was it said authentic Mexican restaurant. That was the name of it. That was the name of the restaurant. Authentic Mexican restaurant.
Makes sense.
And I didn't have a car, so I took the bus everywhere. So it was literally in the same parking lot as the hotel. I just walked over and got me some. Well, I walked in. Nobody spoke a word of English. I didn't speak a word of Spanish. We're at an impasse here. What am I going to order? So he pointed at the menu, and I looked down, and everything had numbers and pictures. And it had, one, and then it had uno. So, well, it did. So I looked at the menu and thought, oh, okay, I'll have that. And he shook his head, yes. Literally 10 minutes later, I had the best Mexican food I've ever had in my life.
You've got to come back up to LA.
This place was so authentic, I swear there was a tunnel going from the restaurant to Mexico underneath the ground.
Right into Tijuana.
It was amazing food.
It is. It is very good Mexican food.
Oh, yeah, it was incredible. And you think Mexican restaurants around here? No. Or the Chinese restaurant that we've got down the road that's owned by two rednecks and a Jamaican.
It's Chinese.
It was actually really good until about 5 minutes after my meal, and I was on fire.
Yeah. That'll happen. You're not, because
I
they
had
use
to-
the real spices, the real peppers.
I had to apologize to the maid the next day. You earned your tip on this one.
Gosh, you have to come back out.
But what's funny is, what I liked about it was we couldn't communicate because neither one of us spoke the right language to communicate, and yet I still got one of the best meals I ever had in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't pre-made. They made it. I mean, it was all...
Like it wasn't frozen.
Yeah, it wasn't frozen. They
Right,
made
it's all
it.
fresh.
Yeah. It was...
Well, California has all fresh vegetables, all fresh fruit. It's all right there. So it is a lot of really
is it
good
fresh,
food.
fresh vegetables and fresh fruit genetically engineered.
Depending on where you get it from.
More than likely.
They have the organic sections of the stores. Or you know what they have? Farmers markets are everywhere out there.
Yeah, but in order to get the organic,
Mm-hmm.
you actually they put the organic stand here, but before that they have a loan officer. So you can take out a loan to be able to afford the
Yeah,
organic.
it's pretty expensive.
That's why most
It's-
of us watching here grow our own stuff, because the organic
Do you guys eat avocados here?
avocado, sure.
I didn't know because I don't remember ever eating
I've never
avocados.
tried to
till I
grow
moved
them. I
out.
don't know if we can grow them here in our region, but
Because their avocados
Oh,
are excellent.
avocados are my favorite.
Have you had to deal with that not being able to? Well, no phones on set. Have you had to deal with that not being able to communicate with anybody, any patients, if they don't speak English? How do you deal with that?
You get another friend to come in with you, and hopefully they
Your
can
authentic
understand.
Mexican friends.
Well, no, but hopefully they can understand what you don't, and you kind of look at each other and talk to each other. And now, in an actual, like I'm looking for a job right now, but in school and stuff, we would do that, and we would eventually figure it out. But at an actual, like in the hospital, if you have someone that doesn't, I speak English, Spanish, no, nothing. You have to go get a translator. They have.
Oh, they have translators.
Yeah, they have translators, and if there's not one in the building, they have a new like computer system, like a tablet type thing, and you can just call, tell them what language you need, and a person like pops up and.
I mean, so it's electronic translator.
Now, I mean,
They
they
don't
still
come
have.
in person.
No, they do. They did.
Oh.
They just need little robots. that
It's
can
basically
translate.
kind of.
When I worked on the squad, I used to take a deaf patient, and he spoke ASL,
Yeah.
which I didn't.
Yeah.
So he had to have a translator, because if something went wrong and he was trying to tell me, I wouldn't be able to know.
Yeah.
Unless he gave the common
The
non-choking
signal.
kind of thing, but
And they always tell us you don't use, say, a family member's in there and they speak English and Spanish. You can't use them because you have no idea what they're telling
Right.
the patient.
Oh, that makes sense too.
You could say, I don't know, but they could tell them something completely.
That's true. That
different.
makes sense.
Yeah.
I would forget that though. I would be trying to communicate and be like, "Can you tell them what I'm saying?"
Yep.
this is the different career paths of our family. We have 3 siblings here, 3 completely different career paths.
Mhm.
Actor, nurse, propane salesman. Our dad is a contractor. So it's crazy.
And our other brothers are just all different.
Yeah.
Everybody has different.
We've got
careers.
one that owns his own carpet cleaning business. We've got one that works in factory, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pepsi.
Pepsi.
And then another one does a lot of freelance
There's
work.
so many.
construction
There's so
work.
many to remember.
There's more popping up every day. We
Yeah.
don't know. No, but somehow we all have kind of similar personalities when it comes to sitting around talking and telling stories, and we all can get along. Like he said, we've been laughing for the last 3 hours, 4 hours.
It has been an awesome time. But I don't know. This has been great for me. Like I said, I haven't seen him. It's probably been longer than 5 years since I've
It's been a long time, yeah.
And we talk on FaceTime a lot.
He's been helping me with my YouTube channel and how to set it all up and all that because I'm new to this whole thing.
Not
Should
that
know
I'm any help.
it. No, you are. I didn't know half of the stuff that I know now, so it's definitely been a big help.
I think my biggest advice to you is just be who you are. Be real. I don't know how to be fake.
Nobody
to
wants
me,
to see fake.
I don't know how to do it. It's like I could try.
Let me tell you, I'm around fake all day, every day in LA. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants to see it. I think that's one thing I consider unique about myself out there is I try to stay true to who I am from Southern Ohio boy. Yeah, my accent's changed. I have to be able to turn it off and change it for auditions and things like that. But who I am, I'm still the same. And I want to stay the same.
She moved 100 miles north,
I did.
and
It's still. I mean, it's completely different.
It's
You've been
completely
that close.
I mean, you can literally be there in 2 hours.
And it's
That's how close it is, and yet It's a completely different world.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, for me, the thing I think of as a big difference, again, I'm a nurse, so here we had one hospital.
Still only one hospital.
No, we had one. Well, yeah, we do, I guess. Only have one hospital still.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Up there are 4 hospitals within 10 minutes of me. And that's not even, I mean, there are more within 20 minutes. It's crazy.
So if
That's
you're going to hurt
only- not
yourself,
even-
go to Columbus.
Not even 2 hours.
That's because here we don't necessarily always go to the hospital.
That's
Yeah, I
true.
guess that's
You know.
true.
It's I cut my leg.
Well, we'll put some ice on it.
Take this here.
You know,
Oh, is that a bone? Oh man.
when I first moved out there, I would fix things as they call it, the redneck way. And I still do to this day. And I use duct tape and roofing nails. It fixes everything. You can fix anything with duct tape and roofing nails. Or WD-40.
It all comes down to necessity. Do you want it to be fancy or do you want it to work? Did you guys see my paper towel holder?
I didn't.
It's a coat hanger. It's a plastic coat hanger
I can see how that would make sense.
that I snapped in half and put the roll on and hung it up.
Wow.
That's genius, actually.
Yeah, but I could have went to the dollar store and got one for literally $1, but I
That's
didn't.
true.
I didn't want to spend $1 because I had a coat hanger. It ain't got to be fancy.
No,
Just gotta
It
work.
just got to work.
that's true. That's true.
Anyway, we've been rambling on for about 30 minutes.
It's been a
now.
while.
So
30 minutes, 3 hours, I'm not
if
sure.
you guys want to go check out Derick Unauthorized, I'm going to leave a link down below. Like he said, you may not like it, but it's
What the channel is, I don't even think I told him really what the channel is. The channel is just, I explore completely different things each week. This week I explored my hometown visit with these two and talked about everything kind of Ohio. And then another one I could talk about RC boats. And then there's one where I went to an amusement park. So it's all just different.
and I think it's I like it. It's my sense of humor. I think it's funny, but it's
It's definitely different than your show, though.
yeah, but you're also in a different area. Mine is me in the hills, me doing anything that I do on any particular day. His is more scripted, a little bit more, you know, kind
Yeah,
of.
it's not scripted, but it's
Plan.
Playing.
well, we just
a
come
little
up
bit.
with things to go do.
Yeah.
Certain things we want to go
But
do.
it's mainly following his life as an actor, whereas mine's following my life as a countryman.
And that's 2 completely different.
Well, now you need one. We need a nurse's episode, nurse's
Oh
channel.
gosh. I don't know
Yeah,
about that.
we'll stick a GoPro on you and just
Yeah, we'll get all your surgeries and.
I don't know if you guys can handle some of the stuff
I
I've
couldn't.
seen.
Um,
Bones flying out of
He
people.
could. I couldn't.
I mean, I butcher chickens and rabbits and deer. Blood is not nothing that I'm afraid of.
I'm not afraid of blood. I don't care
Unless
about
it's animal
blood.
blood.
Animal
Yeah,
blood.
animal lives matter.
They do. They do.
Well, anyway.
It's been fun though.
It has been fun. I'm going to have her into a vegetarian state before she even leaves the house.
I know. I already swore off animals.
Anyway, after we're done here, I'm gonna cook up some deer.
No, never had deer. They are just too cute.
Hey, I've had deer jerky. It's pretty good.
Nope.
It's pretty
It
good.
is good. They are cute.
They're
I
adorable.
agree.
How could you?
They're adorable and delicious.
Cute and delicious.
No.
The funny thing is though, a lot of the people that watch here, like me, I very rarely buy beef unless it's hamburger because I don't particularly care for deer burger unless it's mixed right because you have to mix the right fat content. But most people get their red meat from the hills. Instead of eating cows, they eat deer. That is their red meat supply.
Wow.
And that, somebody somewhere had to look at a cow and say, man, I bet that thing tastes good. And then there's somebody around them, ew, I'm not eating a cow. I'm not eating one of those things.
Yeah.
But now it's everywhere.
How?
The main reason people don't like to eat deer is because it's not readily available in a grocery store.
Yeah.
People have gotten so equipped to a grocery store, I'm just going to go to the store and buy one. But
Right.
what if you can't?
Right.
I know. I mean, a lot of people around here hunt and eat.
What if the grocery store one day is not available? How many people?
Well, that's
How many
where-
people in LA or
I'd be
Columbus
done.
is going to
I'd be
starve
done.
today?
Oh, I'd be done because I wouldn't kill an animal to save my life.
I would become a vegetarian then. I'd
Yeah.
just
But
be
how-
eating what
but-
I plant.
What if it's in the middle of the winter?
Well, I live in LA, so you can grow all year round out there.
You're not
I'd
going
be
to grow
okay.
anything
She
because
probably
there's going to
wouldn't
be a
be alright.
horde of people.
That's true.
that-
You gotta have the land too. You'd lose the
Yeah.
land. There's no land out there.
What I'm saying is, if you don't know how to get your own food,
Right. Oh, I would struggle.
Yeah.
It would be bad.
Oh yeah,
and I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination.
But you'd survive.
For maybe a while.
Yeah.
longer
depends.
than me.
Longer than most.
But what I'm trying to do is to adapt and learn how to survive longer.
hmm
How to learn how to can.
Well, I guess I would just hop in a car and drive to your house.
Yeah.
It's my way to survive.
2,000 miles away.
Yeah.
I hope you can make it.
I can make it. Pay the drive there. I can make it back.
Well, anyway.
Let's just hope that doesn't happen.
Well, I want to thank you guys for watching. This show really wasn't about a whole lot of anything. Just I wanted to get these guys in here because we haven't been together. I mean, me and Shay were together at Thanksgiving, but us three haven't been together for years.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably been a decade.
So this has been really fun for me, and I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to check out Derick Unauthorized, and we'll talk to you next time.